Hi everybody and welcome back to the Rouge Bordeaux immersion numéro 3.
Vidéo.
Yes. Bienvenue dans notre cuisine, our kitchen. This is where another part of the magic happens here at our B&B. And recently France has just opened up a little bit, progressively. The confinement, they call it, or the quarantine. And so we did venture out this week with masks to the Chateau Toumilon, which is a family-run winery that we have loved and brought all of our guests to since it's been about 10 years
10
now.
years, yeah. We met Philippe Rochet.
Voilà,
yeah.
Philippe Rochet.
Julien is running the winery with his son. It's been like 4 years, something like that. 5 years maybe. Damien Rochet.
Voilà.
And we had the aperitif with him, and he told us about his new chateau he just bought. He was working for the chateau where they were
working the terroir at Chateau Toumilon.
Exactly.
Since 2017?
It was 16.
2016, yeah.
And so he bought the castle and made a test. It's a new wine that he made. This one is 2017.
Chateau Toumilon.
Grave white.
It's so good.
Dry, really good. We'll talk a little bit later. But when we were testing it with him and his wife Tiffany, we were talking,
and of course,
eventually,
when you're in France, you're at the table, you're eating, you're drinking, and what do you talk about? You talk about food. And Tiffany, she says, "Oh, this wine, it was so delicious with our family recipe, a secret family recipe that she actually did end up sharing with us. So we wanted to share it with you. And it's all about white asparagus, which is from the area. It's local farm. Actually, our very good friend Marie stopped by and dropped it off for us. So thank you, Marie. Merci, Marie. And so we thought we would share this recipe with you. So to start, we are going to definitely have a glass, right?
Yeah,
while we cook.
You said before, when you cook, have a glass for yourself. So,
Julian, would you please do the honors of opening up the Chateau Toumilon with our beautiful tire-bouchon corkscrew from Chateau Toumilon.
Here we go.
Et voilà.
Alors, pendant qu'on ouvre un peu cette bouteille et que Megan fait un petit peu des trucs, je ne vois même pas parce que, là je vois maintenant, mais elle a arrêté. Voilà, ouvrons cette magnifique bouteille de Chateau Toumilon, grave blanc sec 2017.
So Chateau Toumilon, grave blanc sec, which is a white, dry white grave, right, from Chateau Toumilon.
There we go.
From 2017. What is so special about this chateau?
It has a nice history. Like we said, Damien Rochet from Chateau Toumilon just bought the castle Chateau Toumilon. He was the first owner change since 1783.
1783.
The same family owning the same winery.
And one thing that you said to me was that the grapes were harvested by hand. They have been since 1783 and continue to be harvested by hand.
They're too old to be harvested by machines. They would break.
I mean, that is so cool. I can't wait. Please come visit us because Damien Rochet said that we can go and walk the vineyards and see these beautiful old vines. I'm excited. I can't wait.
So many other places to see.
Yes,
it's beautiful here.
Yeah.
So now we are going to cheer. Okay. And
chin in French. And remember,
Santé.
Julien, it's a French immersion. You're not gonna chin me without looking me.
Oh no! I just regained them and a moment I'm gonna chin.
So when you chin in France, you look each other in the eyes. They say it's bad luck if you don't have eye contact. So here we go. Ready?
Go like that.
A real French chin.
Here we go. And you stare in each other's eyes. Really romantic. Fantastic. So here we have terroir is gravel, but big stone gravel. How do you say that? Like they are galets. We call that galets.
Galets. So they're large, round, smooth,
A smooth road, like walk by
Smooth stones,
the current of the stream of it.
And the Grave region is a gravelly soil, and that's what brings the minerality to the wine. And this,
beautiful. It's
very mineral.
It's a blend with two varieties. Two
varieties.
40% Semillon, 60% Sauvignon.
My
really
favorite,
specific.
Sauvignon.
But before we talk more about that wine, we are going to show you some cooking things, like how to peel, for example, the white asparagus.
Right. So we're going to teach you how to make this secret recipe from Chateau Toumilon, and then we are going to taste their Chateau Toumilon vin blanc sec with the asparagus over toasted croutons. So stay with us because we are going to do the recipe in just a second.
Chin.
Chin.
So we are back in Francis movie session with our cooking
Thingy.
show thing. Yeah, Megan keep teasing me about that. So Trucs et Astuces when we say in French.
Truc.
Tips.
Truc is thing. Astuce is tips. Tips. Yeah.
So to make that sauce, we need white asparagus. Here we go. We need some bacon.
Hold on. So, asparagus,
Lardons.
lardons, little pieces of bacon.
One.
It's hard to see.
Du pain.
Bread, baguette,
De la farine.
flour to make a
Roux.
roux. Roux.
Roux.
Roux.
Roux. Et un bouillon de légumes.
And a bouillon, a vegetable
Maison.
bouillon. Fait Maison. Fait Maison means homemade,
Homemade.
which Julien made earlier. That's pretty cool.
Yep. Et la petite astuce, the tip,
The little tip.
the thing, the cooking thing is about the asparagus. Really
Yes, which is
important.
very important. So this
Yes.
is
Now, white asparagus, green asparagus, you can do it, but it doesn't really matter. You can cook the green asparagus immediately. For the white asparagus, there are fibers making the strings, and it's not really pleasant to eat. So what we do is first cut the bottom parts, the thick parts of the asparagus. So you can take a knife, or you can just try to bend it, and it's going to break where it's supposed to break nicely, and you have the fiber here. Okay, and so the game is to be to peel the asparagus from the head to the feet. So grab it from the head
from the head to the foot.
to the foot. Sorry. And
La
you peel
tête aux pieds.
La tête aux pieds.
Right? Yeah. You should be doing the French and I should be doing the English.
Yeah, right. Yeah, keep it,
We don't
keep it in
know.
order. Here we go. And you peel it gently like that. Well, right?
Yes.
Because
Looks good.
you want absolutely to.
I feel like the French often peel things.
Yeah, we do. I don't know why. Maybe it's story. I don't
Texture.
know. Texture, yeah. Well, all the vitamin A.
But when we were talking to Tiffany, when she was explaining this recipe, it felt like we were eating it with her. She was
She
so
was eating it.
she was so passionate about it. She's
She
like,
was there.
this
She was
is the
at
most
Easter.
delicious asparagus
Yeah,
sauce
exactly.
you'll ever have.
So here we go.
There you go. And she said the most important thing was to peel,
To peel,
the
yeah,
asparagus.
because it's not-
Do not leave the strings.
Here we
Okay.
go. And voila! Prise 266. Hein? On va la garder celle-là. Et voilà, la recette est finie. Sauce d'asperges du Luc. The secret recipe from Chateau Toumilon family recipe. So now we're going to test this beautiful wine with this fantastic recipe. Like Peter de Souza was saying,
Peter de Souza, who's a professor who's come here for since we opened, since 2012. Yes, who's a wine and food pairing professor from the University of Wisconsin Stout. Yes, and he always says, what does he say?
Oh, he said wine is good.
Yes.
Food is good. Put them together, it's a beautiful
even better
marriage.
Voilà.
And so it's what we are going to try to see with those two, the Chateau Toumilon and this recipe. So here we have a fantastic Grave white wine from 2017. It's 60% Sauvignon, 40% Semillon. We have a nice golden green color. See that? It's beautiful.
I see it,
light. We have in the nose, we can have a nice aromatic smell, really expressive. With a dominant of citrus, grapefruit.
Citrus fruits, yeah.
It's really generous in those aromats, and yeah, really mineral too. It's really nice, really nice, really nice. And we are going to test now, of course. A nice acidity along in the mouth. We have a really long crisp.
Very crisp, very fresh.
It's like the ocean, like the waves of the ocean, like what do you say, smashing
into the rocks, which is the image that my very good friend Benjamin Horde would explain to me with the Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes.
Right?
And we have a nice finish with the Semillon that bring this fatness, oily texture
there's
at the end of the mouth.
Yeah.
It's really, really interesting.
Oily texture, that's weird. But it's true.
Oily. Yeah.
Now, would you say Van Gogh or Gauguin?
Now I would go Van Gogh, but I know you're gonna go Gauguin on that one.
I'd say Gauguin.
Yeah. Not sure that. It's really good. So what I like to do too is what to test the wine, of course.
Yes.
But before the food to try to figure out what we're gonna
flavors,
find in the matching or the opposites. The position we're going to find between the contrast between the food and the wine. So in the sauce here we have the Aspergus. So we have here Blanche Aspergus. So we can maybe have some food.
Which again we are learning from Professor Peter de Souza.
See what's going on in the mouth. There's like an acidity, the crisp.
Yeah, it's very crisp.
Matching with
true.
The Aspergus when you bite on it, and the green of the Aspergus, really is white Aspergus. Really, really nice. So now we're gonna have maybe a sip of the sauce, just the sauce. So we've been like with bacon. So
there's a little lardon, wet, salty, yeah.
The texture of the cream is gonna be creamy. Like onctueuse.
Thick.
Really thick. And it's gonna be a really nice contrast.
Rich.
It's a really nice contrast, I think, with the wine, the crisp of the wine. But at the end, we're gonna find a similarity with the richness and the oily of the wine.
It's true.
Yeah. So I think it was a bit too much salt here because it's flattened.
You think it was too salty?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was too salty. The bouillon was too salty.
So be careful with the bouillon when you're doing your sauce.
Bacon is really salty, so be careful. When
Not too much salt.
Crisp wine, white wine is really sensitive to salt, so really be careful with that. But yeah, it's good.
Still
it's
good.
Yeah, it's really good. We still have the crisp, but faded a bit too much. But at the end, we really have the similitude with the oily texture of the wine and the unctuosity of the generosity, you said, of the cream, the sauce.
Yes. So let's do it. Let's taste it. So here we did the sauce on top of the crouton. We're gonna taste it. Take a bite.
Well,
here we go.
Oh, we
Cheers.
Do it okay, let's do it. No. Cheers and across again. Here we go. Combo. Yeah, they're right. It's fantastic.
It's good marriage.
Oh yeah, really good, really good. Well, stay tuned with us. We are really happy to introduce you to that Chateau Toumilon and this beautiful recipe. And we're looking forward to make more video and to present you more wineries and local products.
Whenever. So we're gonna do a little visit over to the Chateau Roux and taste the Bisous beef and their Rouge Chateau Roux. So please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.